Welcome back to the Shop Mini RC, everybody. I'm Ken, and today we're taking a look, finally, at a Losi Micro B. Now, we've had these guys, well, this one and this one, for a little while. We just had too much fun running it, and I wanted to get a good amount of time in before I really gave my opinion on it, because I felt like I'd be biased in the beginning, because I love the Mini Bs and the Mini Ts. And, you know, I love these guys. So I just felt like, you know, there's going to be a lot of videos out there that review them. So we don't need to be in a hurry. We wanted to run ours, have a good time with it locally. We did post a couple shorts or reels or whatever. And locally, you can see we have a ton of guys. We probably have 15 to 20 cars every Friday night running on a Mini Z RCP track. And we have some 3D printed jumps and stuff. And it's a blast. We have transponders. I'll probably show you how easy it is to install a transponder on these guys, just in case you guys want to race them. I've already broken some stuff, so I'm going to tell you what I broke, what to look for if you're going to be running them. But for the price of these things, they're like $100. And I think they're probably one of the, if you like racing and you like off-road racing, and you've got somewhere indoor to run them, because I wouldn't really run them outside unless you have super packed clay or something like that, but they're really good for carpet and foam and, you know, basically Mini Z type tracks. They're so good. And the stock tires, anyway, stock tires handle awesome. I want to dive into this guy. We'll get into it. We'll go and do a quick box opening, show you what's in it real quick, talk about our experience, open it up, show you what's inside, and yeah, let's get into this guy. All right, guys, here's ours. We've been loving these things. So much fun. I just realized, actually, that we have a broken caster block right in there. See that? You can see we've got aluminum knuckles on here already. That's probably going to be the only thing you really want aluminum on these guys, the knuckles and the caster blocks. Yeah, everything else, I would just keep plastic, honestly. And these are fine plastic, too. I'm a horrible driver. I bang the walls a lot, you know. All right, let's go ahead and open the new one. We got ours from Direct RC. I'm sure you saw the Direct RC shirt that we were wearing. Got that as well from helping them out at the booth. But Direct RC was one of the only places that had these things still in stock. So that's where we snagged ours up from, and got it super fast, like 2 days, 3 days, 3-day shipping, I think. Anyway, hopefully they still have them at the time of this video. I'm sure they will restock. If they don't, these things have been super popular. Here's the back of the box. If you want to see it, you can pause. They do offer them in the 2 colors. We got one of each. One of the things that I am loving about this platform is there's already a bunch of aftermarket support. We got a lot of companies out there doing some really cool stuff already. Next Racing has some shocks for it already. Awesome aluminum oil-filled shocks, aluminum lower arms, knuckles, all that good stuff. I think their Proline might already have some tires already out, some tire options. I know there's a bunch of companies doing bodies. There's a new company called Radans. I'll post it over here. I saw it was maybe working on some bodies for these guys, so that's cool. 3Flow9, our boy over at 3Flow9 here has got some stuff. He's got some wheels, I believe. I'll show some of that. But yeah, just really cool to see that there's already support for these things. And, you know, you don't need to do a ton of upgrades to them, but I like that you're able to if you want. I know people have already gone brushless and gone nutso with them, you know, trying to hit world speed records and stuff. But we just like to race them, and we like to race them box stock, just because it keeps the competition fair. It's very affordable for anybody to get into. We've literally had like 3 or 4 people come over that were new people that really haven't been out to the track to race. Got them to come out. They saw these things. They're like, those are awesome. How much is it going to take me to get into it? And we're like, $125. $100 for the car, $25 for the transponder, and you're good to go. That's it. That's all you need, which is nuts for some really good competitive racing. I like that these things just have a Velcro to kind of hold it down, slides in the front, Velcro on the back, super simple. It would have been just as good, I think, with just a body pin. You know, you had a little clip in there. They are small, so a body pin might have been kind of fiddly for some people, but, you know, I'm sure somebody will make a body pin mount for other bodies if you want to not use the Velcro or have the body kind of differently shaped so it doesn't have to sit flat on there. You can have a different shaped body, maybe a beetle body. I've seen that. Again, a bunch of different bodies coming out, which is awesome. I've even seen some micro T's, the trucks. It's like a mini T, but a micro. Like one of these guys. But with this, you just take your rears, put them on the front as well, and then you put a truck body on it. Pretty dope. Like a truggy body with the wings still on it. You know, cool stuff like that. Anyway, all right, let's get this out of here. There's our charger. We don't use this. These will work just fine in a pinch, but we highly recommend a hobby grade charger. I love that they come with batteries. You can literally buy this, open it, and run it. Like the definition of ready to run. So cool. Got some Losi stickers in there. Loving that. What else? I wish they gave us some like more scale stickers, right? Like, come on, Losi. Come on. Give us some little guys. Give us a sticker sheet with little stickers on it. It'd be awesome. Pretty thick manual that's very comprehensive, multiple languages, all that good stuff. That's in there. Connector guides, all that for battery things. Typical Horizon hobby stuff. And then our batteries. Again, these are just regular old AA's, but at least it comes with it so you can literally open it up on race night and race. A lot of guys, they just want people to race with. You don't even probably need a transponder at a local track if you want to just kind of run the buggy, see if you like it. You pick one up. And then if you decide to come back next week and every week after, you buy your transponder so you know your place during the race. But I've never found, at least in the micro and mini scene, doing the smaller scale stuff, never found a club that was like, nope, you have to have a transponder. You have to spend more money. No, they just want people to run. All right, so let's see. Negative and positive. Beep, beep. Power on, good to go. Transmitter's got a 50, 75, and 100, so if you want to slow it down, you can do it. You can slow it down, speed it up. That way, if you hand it over to a kid, give it to him 50%. Also, I know some guys actually race on 75%. They feel like it makes the car more drivable. We also have our steering dual rate and steering trim here. So this is our steering rate. This is our steering trim. The rate is how far it's going to turn, and the trim is your center. So that's cool. I have heard some people saying that they've had issues with the cars turning more one way than the other. I didn't notice that in my car that I was running. We'll try this one. We'll see if the steering looks like it's kind of biased to one side. If it is, you could probably pull the servo horn off. I've heard of people just pulling the servo horn off and recentering everything. All right, there we go. Yeah, buddy. Ready to go. Oh no, our steering angle maybe a little more to the left. Just a little, maybe. Yeah, a tad bit. Again, something you could probably just adjust through the servo horn and trimming. Also, adjustable links. There are some companies coming out with it. I think Nex is one of them. They have adjustable rods. So you can do all your tie rods adjustable, which would be awesome. That could also help with your toe and your steering throw and all that kind of stuff. Even your camber, caster. Well, caster's your caster block, but camber. Yeah. Very cool. These guys come with this nifty little, let's pull this off. I love this. It kind of slides up and then you can pull your battery out. Now these batteries have been very hard to find for people. I know there's a lot of people out there looking for them. It's basically the same plug end as the SCX24. It's a PH 2.0 plug end. It's a 2S battery. This guy's 350 milliamp hours, 30C 2S. There are some batteries you could probably get to fit in there. I've even got an SCX24 battery. Let's see, will this even remotely fit? Not so much under the body. No, pushing all of our wires out. I mean, you could make it fit if you really wanted to. But not ideal. Hopefully we'll get a couple people doing this. I know that Jen's Ace has a airsoft battery. I'm trying to find it. There's a couple little battery options here. Like I said, there's this airsoft one from Jen's Ace. It's only 250 milliamps, so you're losing 100 milliamps, so your runtime is going to be less, but it is going to be lighter. So if you're racing, hopefully this, I haven't tried it, but hopefully this would be enough to get you through a race, but maybe we're trying. You would have to change your plug end over, but this guy will fit in there just fine. We put little rubber bands so that we can mark whether something's storage charged or fully charged or dead, but this guy looks like it'll kind of fit right in there. kind of snug. Might have to put it in this way. Let's see. Get out of here, rubber band, just for now. Stick this guy in here a long way, maybe. There you go. And then just have to change your plug end over to the PH 2.0 or make an adapter. There's also this Genzace 400, which looks like it would fit. Kind of tight going this way, but I bet we could just stick it in a long way here. Yeah, it goes the entire width of the chassis. So you can see that there. And then you can tuck your wire in where the extra space where the battery was. That would work. Then you just have to get an adapter, or, well, on this one you'd want to use an adapter probably, so you can still balance charge it. But we do that in Mini Z, so that could work. There's also this Tattoo 300, same thing. You can probably put it in here long ways. It'll go the width of the chassis. You have space behind the battery to tuck your wires in. Get an adapter to boom there. This is a 300, so that would be a good option as well. And then I even have like this FMS 380. And this guy would probably fit too. Yeah, it just barely fits. There's like little tabs in here to hold the battery in. You can see that. Tab there and a tab there. That's to hold the square battery in there, but you can kind of tuck these guys, all these, right through that space, and it kind of holds it in. So yeah, some battery options out there. You just got to get creative until somebody comes up with an exact replacement for this, or Spectrum has some more. I know it's been an issue, but we haven't had any issue. We just run the battery and charge it up in between each race. Just kind of run it, charge it, run it, charge it. Is kind of slow to charge on the stock charger, so I'd highly recommend, again, a hobby grade charger. That way you can put the amps up just a little bit. But yeah, this guy, it's been good. Like I said, we've been racing for a couple weeks now. Had a hell of a turnout. So it's awesome to see all the people turn out to race these little guys. I just kind of tuck this in there. Yep. All right. So this is just like the Mini B platform. It's basically the exact same kind of geometries, same, dimensions, just smaller. It's got all the same designed parts, just smaller. I love the oil-filled shocks. They feel real smooth. They're freaking awesome when you're hitting those jumps. You land nice and smooth, not too much chassis slap. They're nice and light. They've got a decent servo. I believe this is the exact same as the SCX24 servo, which is decent for the buggies. Could be better for crawlers, but for the buggies, I think it's good. But that also means that you can have tons of replacement servo options. In fact, we have some reef servos, the new sub 49 servos, and we're probably going to throw that into here. We're going to see if that'll work. Should be perfect for here. A great little servo, and should plug right in because we're using standard servo plugs on here, which is really nice. And then this is also, I believe, the exact same thing as the SCX24 motor that we have in our little SCX24 crawlers. So that's cool. And even the spur inside is the same as the SCX24 spur. So if you're looking for a metal spur, you're trying to go nutso on power, there you go. It's going to be a Mod 3 spur in there. So that is super cool as well. There's a little bit of a servo saver on the servo. So that's good. Help kind of prevent stripping your servo out. Like I said, though, you're probably going to break your knuckle or your caster block before that ever happens. But yeah, little guys are awesome. They're awesome. I don't want to go too deep into this, but there's a lot of videos out there on them, so definitely check them out. I just wanted to show you guys our thoughts on them, show you what we've got, show you a little bit of our running, talk about battery options for you, and let you know that we are going to be doing some upgrades. We definitely have upgrades on the way. Like I said, I've already got the reef servo. I believe we're going to have some of the next stuff to show, probably next shocks and our tie rods here. So that'll be cool. Plus, I think there's a carbon fiber shock tower they've got for next and some other stuff. Who knows? But like I said, I'm going to do one. I'm going to leave stock, leave this guy stock because, well, that's what we run them on, stock buggies. And then I'll bling this one out, do some cool stuff with it. We'll see. Maybe go brushless. Maybe if we start a mod class, I'll run this guy in mod. But I definitely need to keep one of them totally stock, with the exception of quality of life upgrades. Like we're allowed to use aluminum knuckles and caster blocks just because those break so much. But other than that, everything else needs to remain stock, just so it's a fair race. I do really like that these have multiple shock mounting positions. You can see there's a second hole right there. So if you wanted to angle your shocks in a little bit, both front and rear, you can. It also has some shock preload C-clips or clamps or whatever you can stick in there. There's 2 in the back and I believe 1 in the front, or no in the front. Yeah, there's none in the front here, but you can take 1 from the back, put it in the front, or remove them all, or however you want to move them around. So I appreciate that. You know, there will be upgrade shocks, like I said, and they'll probably have adjustable collars. If you really want to fine tune it, that'll be cool. But yeah, metal dog bones in the back here, all metal, and the drivetrain up into the spur, which is going to be plastic in there. And you're going to have a plastic pinion, also like a nylon pinion. But yeah, your axles here are all metal. So that's good. I haven't heard of anybody really breaking anything on these except for these front knuckles and caster blocks. These do like to pop off a lot, like on this guy. We'll occasionally have these pop off, especially on the back here or just up front here. But they're easy, just pop them back on. I don't think I've seen anybody actually break any of these. If anything breaks, it's almost always the caster block or the steering knuckle here. Our steering knuckle broke right here where you connect the steering link. So yeah. Anyway, now just some insight and thoughts and discussion, I guess. This is the SLT2 transmitter, same with the 2-in-1 receiver here. So it's something that I believe the MT12 can bind to, or some of the other higher end Spectrum things. But if you're looking to go brushless, you are going to have to change your receiver and ESC combo here. There are a lot of options out there for the micro or for the mini Zs and the 128 scale platforms. I've seen people run the Hobbywing Mini 28s with like a 2500 or 3500 kV motor. Those will go right in here. You might have to do a little bit of modification to the motor plate, but for the most part, those smaller motors, the 050 or smaller 030, that's just more the length, but that size motor you can get to fit in here. A lot of the SCX24 brushed motors will fit in here, like a Nano Beast from Mofo. We wanted to get one of those. We haven't gotten one yet though, but a brushed Nano Beast would be good probably to throw in here, get a little bit faster. But again, if you're racing them box stock, they need to remain box stock. So one thing you could do with a box stock, if you wanted to make it a little faster, is you could break in your brushed motor. If you don't know what that is, we basically pull the motor out, and you will just get a battery. You can get a 1S battery or even a 2S. I recommend a 1S. You can even use like AA's and power the motor up, but you're going to put it into water with a little bit of Dawn, just like a drip or two of Dawn, just a little bit of soap to help break down the particles that are inside the motor. You'll run it for 3 or 4 minutes, pull the motor out, change your water, no soap. Make sure there's no soap in the water, do a new dish, run it for another 30 seconds to a minute, and you'll see little black particles come out. It helps the brushes set into the rotor, or it's not really a rotor, I forget what it's called right now. Stator, rotor, I can't remember. But it's set in, it helps the brushes set in, and will get you a more efficient motor. It also cleans out the gunk from the factory. So then after you've rinsed it out with the water one last time, you shake it out, put it into isopropyl alcohol, not while it's running. Make sure it's not running when you put it in the alcohol, but that alcohol will help push the water out and then it'll dry. And then if you want, if you feel like there's still a little bit in there, you can go ahead and run it just a little bit after you get most of the alcohol to evaporate. And that'll help it evaporate even more. Anyway, breaking your motors in or running them in will help. Here's our transponder. Let's go ahead and open this guy up. I'll show you how we did it. It's a 1.3 or an 050. It's actually an 050, but a 1.3 that's sort of loose will work. We try to use our MIP 1.3s, and they're so precise that they are very difficult to get into these screw heads. So it's technically an 050, but we'll go ahead and open this up and I'll show you how we mounted and soldered on our transponder. These are easy lap transponders for racing. There we go. And you can see right here, it's been soldered onto the red and the black. The red and the black on the servo. And then it can come right through where the servo wire comes out. So you don't have to even put a hole into your receiver. It can just come right out the same hole. I've seen some people also solder it to the back of the battery plug here. You can do that. That'll be running 2S voltage, so 7.4 or 8.4, 7.2, whatever volts to your transponder, which is fine. The Easy Lap transponders can handle 2S, but it will give you a better signal, but it will be coming through here, and you just don't want to melt your plug there. I've also seen people make adapters to plug into their balance cable, so you can plug in your balance cable. It's just more wires is the problem, and then you can plug into your transponder there. And I've also seen people get a splitter. You'll take your servo wire here, which we've moved to the side so that our transponder can sit there, but take your servo wire and split it, and you get a Y cable, so you'll plug in to your receiver here, and then one will go to your servo and one will go to your transponder. So that works as well. The least amount, we really want to kind of clean up these wires. So at some point I'll probably even cut down the motor wires and just tidy it all up. Less weight is good, unless it's super low weight, like in our chassis or our arms, our lower A arms. You want to keep it low weight as possible. But getting rid of some of this wire will help, and it'll just clean it up and make it so the body fits a little bit nicer. Also depends if we get a new body. Some of those bodies are even tighter. So that's something to keep in mind when you're wiring in your transponder. I like to just go straight to the board. It's super easy. Again, 2 screws and just a touch of solder there and a touch of solder there, and you're good to go. It's very simple. And then you can see we just put a little hole wherever you mount your transponder. It doesn't have to be too big, as long as the glass, not the light, not the, it turns on, there's a little yellow light. It's not about the light showing, it's about the glass or the infrared lens showing. So if I turn this guy on, you'll see what I'm talking about. So our light's actually back here, right? But the infrared lens is over here. So when we put our body on, you can see the infrared lens is what you want showing through the hole, not the light that's over here. Okay, and it doesn't take a huge hole. Again, just a little tiny hole in there and you're good. Some people put them up front, some people put them in the back. I've seen people put them right on top of their body. I wouldn't recommend that. If you flip over, it could rip out the wires and stuff. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys that. What else? I mean, that's really it. These guys are pretty simple. That's what I love about them. They get new people into the hobby, into racing, into tinkering with them. We've already had some people try to do stuff with their tires and, add a little bit of weight to the front or weight to the back, breaking in their motors, tricks like that. Get high speed bearings, getting some of those ceramic bearings. Think that makes a difference. Lots of little tricks you can do without, actually upgrading the car. I guess ceramic bearings would be an upgrade. It's no longer box stock technically, but it is what it is. We'd rather have more people racing, and eventually, like I said, we'll probably do a mod class, and that mod class, you'll probably be able to do whatever you want. Now, these little guys, I can already tell you, are a handful on a mini Z track. We do 3 tiles wide, so that's a 150 centimeter wide track. Pretty good sized track, and we still have chaos on that track. I'll show some video of that as well here at the end. But going brushless is just going to be bonkers unless you have a good sized track. Maybe an actual mini B track for like the mini Bs, or a 10 scale carpet track. You could run a bunch of these on a 10 scale carpet track, and I think you'd actually still do really well and be really fun. You could have 15 of them on a track where you'd normally only be able to have 6 cars. You could probably have 15 of these guys without clobbering each other too bad. All right, guys. So yeah, let's show you some running footage.
Tim Wentz now out front. Timmy Russell in the 2. Evans holds down that 3. Marcus solidly in 4. It's well on the clock. 2 is going to take home the trophy tonight. Troy now up to the 4, Michael Smith in the 5. Tim Russell leading the race earlier is all the way down in that 6th position. There it is. When you cross, you will be done. Tim Wentz takes it home. Evan in the 2, Marcus in the 3.
Busted!
Oh no!
The last half that lap without that knuckle.
The next day.
Timmy breaking out of 6.8 hour pocket. Let the cheating begin. Timmy's still a second off of that fast. Yeah.
That's how you cheat.
Uh-oh, Timmy, you better watch out. We have Ken with his filming. He's looking to take one to the eye. So somebody watch that jump right there. Aim well.
Of course.
3, 2, 1. All right, we got 2 down, 2 upside down. Going to blue now. We got 1 in the center. Marshall, get ready. They're coming at you.
Go slower in the middle, guys.
Jimmy laying it down early with a 10-9. Jimmy pulling up to 5, Creighton 6, Garo in 7, and Master Parsons in 8.
Did you say microbes?
Yes, watch out for your microbes. Any buggy bumping, we're going to have microbes. Jimmy, 10.556. Ian with an 11.8. Target's going on. Remember, full stand over those bumps is not going to help you. Oh, Timmy parks it. Call him Timmy the Tube Man. All right, Ian, I knew who he was. All shiny and fancy over here. Crack. I'm using the 3, Braden in the 4, Sappy Boy 5, June the 6, Zach in the 7, Gunner in the 8, Blackville back there was pretty sweet. Good job, dude.
Put them on there straight. Yep. Up.
I got that. All right, Tim, Jim, Braden, Ian, Zachy, Zach, Jude, and Darrow. All right, we got Ian is about 16 seconds ahead of Zach. 24.508.
Can we finish the lap? There we go. There we go. Jeez.
All right, Timmy finishes up 24.506. Jimmy 19.506. Braden 18.502. Good job, everybody.
What do we think about the Micro Bs? Do you like the Micro Bs?
Yes.
Nice. What do you think about the Micro Bs, Zach?
They're great. Best $100 you can spend and have fun with.
You want to try the Micro B? Yeah. Didn't you need more? Everybody complains about the whoops on the inside. They just need to know how to drive. I mean, that wasn't your fault. Zach, what do we think about the microbes?
It's awesome. It's one of my favorites. I always enjoy driving them every Friday night. It's kind of one of the things I enjoy about the most Friday nights.
Just buggies, huh?
Buggies.
Over the mini Z's. I mean, kind of.
Fun.
I mean, for the price, I think, right? Price per funds. Price per
Can't
funds.
beat it. And look at this. Look at this. A little chest slap.
A little chest slap.
Just a little chest slap.
Gotta get them next shocks on there.
Ooh.
Can't run those in stock class though.
No. But hey, I got this really cool sticker.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. We'll
Look
get
at
it.
that.
We'll get it. Somebody else has cool stickers. Hold on. What is this?
Oh yeah, I got 2 of them.
Oh, look at that. Oh, is that a 3-flow? NSDRC Pro Line Shop. What do you think about the
Dude, I love it. It's one of my favorite platforms at this point. They're fun, they're agile, they're fast. Like, I don't know.
$100 cheaper than a Mini Z box stock? You literally buy 2 of them. You can literally buy. If you break one, you just buy another one. You're still cheaper than a Mini Z.
Best intro into a racing sport. I mean, $100 to get into box stock for this. I mean,
Exactly.
can't complain.
Exactly.
Like
We're
you
loving
said,
them.
200 for a Mini Z or 100 for this
Wait,
thing.
you got a chassis protector on the bottom?
Oh, just got some extra
Some
wrap.
stickers, some Team Garage hack.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Can't get away from the crawling stuff.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. These things are such a blast to drive. Whether you're racing them with friends with a timed lap system, or you're just kind of ripping it in your living room or your driveway or in your garage by yourself or with your kids, any of it. Like they're super, super fun. And again, for like $99 is nuts. It's nuts for how well these things perform. Freaking sweet. One of my favorite things on the Mini Z track, on the tiles that we run on, is if you brake real hard, they'll squeal. So like when people are going and they're getting ready to hit whoops or they're getting ready to take a real hard turn, you can hear them go. It's so fun. I just have too much fun with them. It's a blast. And again, you're able to fit quite a few of them on a track because they are so small, and it's nuts to see how crazy people get with them. But they handle so good, guys. With these tires on the Mini Z track, you don't have to change them over. I'm sure there'll be some better options that come, but man, these are like, they're almost ideal, I would say. Even though they're pins, and then you've got the ribbed fronts. I'm sure like some BK bars will come and stuff like that. Just like in the Mini Bs and Mini Ts, I'm sure we'll get them. We've got some pin comp fronts here. Or actually, these are BK bar fronts, BK bar rears. We got some pin fronts on some of the cars. Just a ton of different cool tire options for these guys. And so I can't wait to see them make their way to these little guys. They're just so accessible and so affordable that I feel like you should be trying to get people in to race these things, because racing is what's fun. Hanging out with people, having a blast. Racing little cars is a blast. They don't need to be 10th scale, 8th scale, 6th scale to race and have a blast. And when you break something, like you can get the whole front kit, the knuckles, the caster block, the links, the A-arms, your tie rods, all that stuff for like $12. All the plastic replacement ones. You get a whole kit for like $12, which is wild. If you want to go aluminum, I think like the knuckles are probably like $25 for an aluminum set of knuckles. So they get pricey once you go to knuckles for the Losi ones. I don't know what the other brands that are manufactured, they're going to be supporting these, what their prices are going to be, but they're a little pricier for the metal. But again, just replacing it with the stock stuff, $10-12, can't beat that. You break something on one of these and it's $25 all day long. You know, you break something on a 10th scale, $30. You break something on a 6th or 5th scale buggy, like $100. You know, it adds up. But these little guys are so cheap to run, and even replacing tires on them, they're gonna be like $15 a set for tires, maybe less, maybe 12. I'm not sure yet, but they're gonna be cheap, not $40-50 like a bigger scale. So anyway, love these things. Why don't you put down in the comments below if you've watched the whole video, guys. I know this wasn't too long, but still, if you made it to the end, put microbe down in the comments below. People go, microbe? Yeah, micro B, buddy. Yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. Huge shout out to all of our channel members. Thank you guys for being channel members. They get to see these videos before anybody else with no ads. Sometimes they get sneak peeks on stuff. They also get behind the scene footage, priority comment replies. When we do giveaways, they'll get extra entries into the giveaways. all that good stuff. So being a channel member really helps support the channel, and I appreciate all of our channel members. I also appreciate all of our channel subscribers. It's super simple to be a subscriber. Just click the subscribe button, and yeah, it's just a click for you, but it means the world to me. And then even if you're not a subscriber, maybe you don't have a YouTube account, you should make one. But if you don't have one, I appreciate your viewership. Even your viewership is valuable to me and important. I understand time is the most important thing that we have, and so spending your time with us, I can't ask for anything more than that. That's awesome. And yeah, again, shout out to Direct RC. If they've got them in stock, snag them up there. We do have a coupon code for Direct RC. It'll save you a little bit extra money on these. So even better than $99. And that's the Shop Mini RC. So if you want to use that coupon code, the Shop Mini RC, it'll get you a little bit of a discount. And yeah, lets them know that you appreciate us talking about them and showing you the cool stuff that they offer. Direct RC has a ton of cool stuff. This video is not really about Direct RC, but they've been awesome to me. And I love working on their booth with them. We've been out to different events and whatnot, and I've helped work the Direct RC booth. Awesome group of guys. And they're right here in the US. They ship out of Indiana, so it's very central. So shipping is pretty fast because they're in the middle of the country. They can ship anywhere. And yeah, a lot of times they have free shipping, over $100. So if you snag up one of these, use my discount code, drops you under that, but then maybe add on an extra set of the front end parts I mentioned if they have them in stock, or something else small. I don't know. Get a battery charger to go with it, since the stock battery chargers aren't the best. But yeah, anyway, guys, huge thanks for everybody hanging out with us. Again, like, subscribe, share, notification bell. Get out there, build something awesome. Build a car, build a course, build a community to race your cars with. You can't race alone. At least, it's not as fun to race alone. You can, but you know what I mean. And then smash it, crash it, and bash it, but don't break the expensive parts, which is hard to do on these little guys because there's not much that's expensive. Peace, guys.